Despite never having touched a single Final Fantasy game that wasn't Brave Exvius, I am somehow aware of what certain characters look like. And I have to say that Final Fantasy XI is the one consistent one that keeps throwing characters I don't recognize at all. Like, that's not Chantado. Lion's Trustmaster reward is her headband. It's an accessory of good attack, boosts attack further, and boasts a small bit of physical evasion. It's pretty decent. Her Super Trustmaster reward is a short sword with the best attack. This not two-handed weapon boasts a double aquatic and machine killer, and when equipped onto Lion herself, gives her 500 extra attack. Unfortunately, carrying two of these will not give her two cool attack passives. Onto her active abilities. Mug is the best ability in the game. No, Throw is the best ability in the game. Hide is cheesy, but also the best ability in the game. Bursting Break inflicts an 80% full break on all enemies. Full Breakdown hits one enemy, but the break's 83%. Full Limit Burst fills her Lion Burst. Pirate Pummel deals light damage to chains of Absolute Mirror of Equity, and inflicts a 130% light imperil. Grape Shot, Fire, is the same thing but fire, but also has a weaker damage modifier. Wind and Earth are the same thing as fire. Shark Bite hits all enemies, and Chains of Bolting Strike. Defense Steel can only be used once per battle. It inflicts an 89% defense and Spirit Break, and a 160% light imperil. Sneak Attack hits the enemy, and puts a provoke on Lion. Put an end to Trouble and Discord, boosts Lion's light damage by 30%, and gives her a Super Limit Burst attack buff without the Limit Burst fill. The buff doesn't match the ability's cooldown. Larceny, Human, gives your team a strong double human killer. Machina is the same but machines. The cooldown weight balance isn't as bad as her own self buff. Utsusemi, Ni, lets your team evade 3 attacks. Utsusemi, Ichi, lets Lion evade 5 attacks. Trick Attack will apply Provoke to someone else, and then massively strengthens the damage modifier of Sneak Attack. Bully reduces your enemy's accuracy. This is actually an ability name. Passes. But for Trustmaster reward or Super Trustmaster reward equipped, Lion gets 500 extra attack and a big booster in Limit Burst damage. She'll need it, given she has none without it. Furthermore, in this age of 6 killers per unit, Lion stands out with only 4, and only at half the cap. She does have a nice Limit Burst regen though, plus a decent boost of physical evasion. She prefers to carry 2 weapons, though she has the full cap to the chain limit boost regardless. Her normal attack has been changed to attack, filling her Limit Burst gauge by 1/10. She also has a passive that increases the amount of gil you earn, which, well, take my lapis. I guess it's okay. For the peasants! At EX plus 2 she gets Warring Spirit. At EX plus 3 she gets 500 attack. Her elemental resistance might not exist, but she compensates for this by not having any status element resistance either. Let's look at her Limit Burst. It inflicts a 30% short sword imperil, a 145% light imperil, a 87% defense and Spirit Break, and deals light damage. As a Super Limit Burst user, Lion has access to Sabotage Shift, which does not turn her into a Lion. Very disappointing shift height. The Super Limit Burst raises the weapon imperil to 40%, the light imperil to 160%, the brakes by a whopping 1%, and deals better light damage. Time to make a damage rotation. On turn 1, cast Full Limit Burst, Trick Attack, and Sneak Attack. On turn 2, use her Limit Burst. On turn 3, triple cast Pirate Pummel. On turn 4, cast Put an End to Trouble and Discord, and double cast Pirate Pummel. On turn 5, use her Super Limit Burst. Repeat the rotation from here, prioritizing her Limit Burst when they're available. So, EX2, as a Super Limit Burst user, Lion automatically benefits from additional EX Awakenings. A instant Limit Burst can be surprisingly good, given that daggers have a relatively wide discrepancy in their best imperils anyways. Of course, that depends on even carrying those weapons, but even in spite of that you've still got some pretty strong debuffs. Lion Super Trustmaster reward is a nice bonus of its killers, and obviously best for Lion. EX plus 3 is just stats, and expensive. So how good is Lion? She's a pure breaker, and being a pure breaker from Japan means one thing: great niche breaks, poor personal damage. Lion's no exception, as despite her strong debuffs, the damage modifiers just aren't great. Nevertheless, strong debuffs can make up for this by empowering other units, and Lion can certainly do so by inflicting the best light imperil right at the beginning of the fight. Obviously, being Japan, 90 is a number they're trying to hide away, but 89 is still pretty good. Her killer support was probably cool in Japan, but here in Global we scoff at those numbers, even if she has Throw. Overall, Lion is a good breaker, and a great light debuffer, but ultimately remains another niche pick you probably prefer to get without chasing. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, leave a like and subscribe. Comment below who Lion is, and tell me who she is.